One shell after the other, carefully selected by a man who had a dream, caused by no more than a feeling inside that asks to be acted upon, a vision only dear to oneself, paired with the willingness of using your hands and mind to bring something new to life, creating a picture that makes so much sense to you and no one else, because it's only you who gets the call that invites you to follow a road which steps cannot be thought of, never seen, only felt by you who received the call in the first place. Out of curiosity, aren't you intrigued to see where your voice inside leads to? A shell on its own is nothing more than a shell, but selected with intention and placed at the right spot, one tiny shell becomes part of a great masterpiece. At the beginning, you might not see the picture, every placement so random and seemingly insignificant, but with time and continuous trust, each shell acts like a cogwheel turning in its own place, fulfilling its purpose by connecting each part of the whole. And you see, what once was just a feeling turned into a masterpiece of life. In this dream, it is a house with walls made of seashells. This guiding voice inside of you is your compass. It's the voice of your way. Only true to yourself, this might not make sense to anyone else, and it doesn't have to. The world would have never known the greatest inventions if not for all the individuals who trusted their own feelings and believed in a possibility to exist somewhere in this realm. Best friends with their own sensible insanity. A beautiful insanity that is ever so often crushed by restrictions and rules and the looks of others who write their opinions on your face, causing a flower of utmost singularity to wither with her own beauty. So guidance is a tricky thing. It needs the measure of the right amount. If a flower is given too much water, it drowns. If it is given too little, it dries out. Supported with a stick to grow tall, yes, the flower might appreciate it, but not if tied into place, restricting her, not able to spread out her leaves and blossoms in all directions she would like to grow in. So to have helping hands in life is crucial, as well as guidance that supports you on your way. But it stays your way. Whatever you want to create in this life, however you want your time to be lived, focus on that. Ja, oh mein Gott. Ja, da sind sie. Don't let yourself be undermined by all that blurs your feeling, that shows you what to do with your life. I said it before, but if it feels right, it is right for you. At the end of my life, I would love to look back to see how all my little actions joined together to form the miracle of life that I have lived. A masterpiece of its own, where everything has fallen into place, because I followed my intuitive call of living exactly the way I wanted to live. You carry an inner intelligence inside of you. Your intuition knows the way and even your needs and desires. But as it is, you first have to become quiet yourself in order to hear a whisper. The mud in the water needs to settle for it to become clear again, and when it has, you might be closer to your feelings that guide you on your way. even when your next steps might not reveal themselves to you right away. No, you're walking the right way as long as it feels like yours. Aligned with that feeling, you can be sure that the creation of your own masterpiece of life is already being built, little by little. An act of trust and self-belief. For that, I am sending you so much love, light, and happiness as always, as well as the courage to follow your voice inside. Only you can find out where it leads. Surely to something beautiful.